we need to look at the fact that the Iowa caucus went on last night and we don't have a winner. And the Democratic Party that runs the voting process out there in the Iowa caucus, not the Republicans, because this was mainly a Democratic event, are saying that they had a breakdown in their apps and their application process that was supposed to do a performance of all 1,600 polling stations out there in the state of Iowa on yesterday, and their information has come back as a negative. They have not been able to compute. They've not been able to discern. They don't know what happened. They're not able to give any clear examples. The only thing they keep saying is that the results are forthcoming, but we all know that they're not. And when they do forthcome, who's going to believe them? This is it. I don't care who they say, if they can finally fix their apps and the computers and can demonstrate if it's examined by a technology expert that they actually did fix the computers and they were able to retrieve the information. I don't think they're going to be able to retrieve it. I mean, you've been around a computer and you're not that smart. But listen, if your computer breaks down or crashes, it don't take 24 hours for you to go back and figure out what to do. You let it rest, you cool it down, and you start to boot it back up again, and whatever's there is there. Last night, they should have had a report by 10 o'clock. It's now 10 o'clock, 12 hours later, and they still don't have a report. And the reason why is because they ain't gonna never have a report. So let me tell you what happened. Russia, Vladimir and the boys were able to hack the Iowa caucus situation. And let me tell you how they were able to do it. They were able to do it because Tribulation Trump has constrained all of the intelligence services. Tribulation Trump has allowed the process of them getting into and breaking into our computer grids and into our democratic process grids that they might have been able to get in, and they crashed the system last night. That's just all there was to it. We know that it is true. But the problem is now, it isn't just that they did that. And, you know, whether it's Joe Biden, whether it's Klobuchar, Senator Klobuchar, or Senator Elizabeth Warren, or whether it's Pete Buttigieg, or any of those persons that were running last night that thought that they were going to come out either a winner or come out close, now have no report. So the whole Democrat Party is left in limbo. And whoever, if they conjure up some way to say that they have found the true information, who's going to believe them? Who's going to believe? You think Pete Buttigieg is going to believe that Elizabeth Warren won? Or that Amy Klobuchar won? Or that Joe Biden? Who's going to believe? Bernie Sanders? Who is going to believe? It is a mess. It is perhaps the quintessential. It is the most, this is one of the best hack jobs done by Russia. This is all, maybe it's not as profound as what they did in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan by turning those states red and giving the election by way of the Electoral College to Tribulation Trump in year 2016. But this is classic. They did it. The Russians did it. And I think the Democrat Party need to stop lying. Somebody need to stand up and say, listen, America, we have got an enemy that's now controlling our voting system, and we don't have the integrity of a one-man, one-vote system anymore. And Tribulation Trump, that crazy red, gold-haired, fake-haired, spray-on tan, mad dog called Tribulation Trump is running his show. Now, somebody needs to say it. And I'm the one. But here's something even worse. You see what happened in Iowa, right? This is 10 hours, 12 hours, 10 o'clock last night, the report should have come in. It's 10 o'clock today on Tuesday morning, the day afterwards on the 4th of February, and still no clear report. And again, no matter what the report is, if they say they've worked the computers, or they corrected, or they fixed the computer, and now here's the report, who do you think is going to believe that? Who do you think is going to believe that? Now, and the other thing is that all of the various candidates have got their internal polls that say that they won or did not win or whatever. But what will happen on November the 7th or November the 8th when the presidential election happens and the entire electoral college, the entire electoral computer system that gives us the tally on who won the presidency, whether it was Mike Bloomberg or whether it was Tribulation Trump, or whether it was Joe Biden and Tribulation. By the way, Joe Biden is one. Why people, the boy needs to go and sit down he needs to retire to Florida. Joe Biden. He is the most uninteresting person with all that folks, we need to do this, and folks, we need to do that, and folks, and folks, and folks. Joe Biden, go retire someplace down there in one of those villages down there in Florida and leave us alone. I swear that boy is uninteresting. He's got no pizzazz. He's got nothing to say. And what is it about that he can beat Trump? It sounds like a conspiracy to me. Anyway, so here's the deal. What you gonna do when the man comes for you? What you gonna do on November the 8th when the same thing happens with the electoral counting process across America and there'll be no tabulation? Trump's gonna stand up and say, I won. And you got him for another 4 years. It'll take another 4 years of fighting to demonstrate how we got hacked, who hacked us, who did. Was it Michael Bloomberg? Was it Joe Biden? Was it Bernie Sanders or whoever it was that would have ran against him? It'll take another 4 years, and Trump won't let it go to court. Trump said, no. Hey, if there's somebody bring an argument saying that I lost, I'm not going to let the documents go out. There'll be no court rulings. We will appeal. The pattern is set. The die's been cast, and y'all have been hoodwinked. It's all over with. You've been had. America, you've been had by Vladimir Putin. Put Putin on that white horse. You've been had. And not only that, not only will Trump not let any documents, he'll not let any court records. You know, when it was when George Bush and Al Gore had a little spat, the matter went to the court, right? And finally the Supreme Court made the decision, right? That ain't gonna happen. Them Japheth boys over there in the Senate, that Mitch McConnell boy, and them other Japheth boys running around there, them Japheth boys running around there saying, no, we ain't gonna let the Supreme Court Justice Roberts make no decision by nothing. Tell them to sit up there, shut up, call name, but don't try to tell us where to go. Told the Supreme Court Justice, don't try to tell us where to go. So when it was Al Gore and the Bush boy, they were able to settle the matter in court. You ain't got no court. Trump controls the court. He's got Bill Barr in his back pocket, who's the Attorney General. He's got Mitch McConnell in his front pocket, or his vest pocket, and ain't nothing moving. There'll be no law in America no more. You lost your mind. Hey, welcome to being black. Hey, white America, welcome to being black. Ain't no law in America no more. It is whatever the man says. Whatever the man says, that's what it is. It ain't about the law, not no more. No, So here we go. Here we go, everybody. That's it. The fix is in. And the die's been cast. And, Lord have mercy. This is so funny. This is a bit of a news blog we do looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.